Hey there viewers, a Transformers fan or Charlie Young back again with another Transformers review. And today's review is going to be on Studio Series 86 Shockwave. Now, this figure is kind of interesting because, well, yeah, Shockwave was in the film. He was in that scene where he's all, Laserbeak returns, Megatron. And of course, there's that, I guess, death scene where Unicron attacks Cybertron, and that's the last we see of Shockwave, so I guess he's sort of killed off screen there. So it does make sense for him to be in Studio Series 86, but, well, the interesting thing is, this is a retooling of Siege Shockwave. And when I say retooling, I mean they've sort of smoothened out the figure. Like, you know how the Siege figure had that, like, weird, you see this detailing here? There's bits where it's been removed, so it's more cartoon accurate, I guess. So, yeah. But anyway, for the box, of course, we've got the standard modern style of Studio Series box. So, of course, we've got Shockwave here in both modes. Of course, Shockwave, Transformers the movie. 26 steps to transform him. Yeah, that's pretty cool. This side, we just have Cybertron. 40 years of the original film. And yet it's also the 30th anniversary of Beast Wars, and they're doing jack shit aside from 2 multi-packs. The back, we got Shockwave in both modes. Plus a third mode that I'll get to later. You can see him in the film there with Soundwave. Says what he does. Essentially, it's more just a description of Shockwave in general. And the top, because of course, it's meant to say the Transformers the movie, but instead, Transformers le film. So once again, we got the French version of the logo here, which, why? I have no idea, but I guess they're trying to make everyone French now, which, oh god, no. But jokes aside, well, of course, looking at the actual figure, as I said, this is Siege Shockwave, just, I guess, sort of retooled, because, as I said at the start, I sort of removed all the greebling detailing, like, not fully, like the front section here still has it, but if you look at, I guess this could be like the cockpit. Like, what's going to be his chest in robot mode. Like, there's no greebling here anymore. The shoulders have been retooled. Legs have been retooled. So they're trying to make it more cartoon accurate, I guess. And that's something that they've been doing with the Studio Series 86 figures recently, where instead of giving them the greebling stuff from the War for Cybertron trilogy figures, they try to smooth them out, so they're more Sumbo accurate, I guess. Which, honestly, I could take it or leave it. Like, this just could have been a full-on redeco of the Siege Shockwave, and I wouldn't have minded. But, anyway, you can see, of course, because, oh, gun laws, we can't make him a Cybertronian laser pistol, so instead he's a spaceship, I guess. Like, I can sort of see it. This could be like the main hub section. This could maybe be like this could still shoot out at like other spaceships. This is like the bridge section. But let's be honest, if I flip this like landing bit away, I fall down these fins, and then there you go. And in fact, Hasbro themselves know this because, well, So here we have Age of the Prime's Bruticus, and oh look, there's Shockwave! So yeah, they're intending you to put this guy with Age of the Prime's Bruticus. So essentially they are bringing back the gun mode, except what you have to do is move this down. And this is so this can tab onto Onslaught, or well, a part of Onslaught, like the frame section. So this could be a huge fuck off shoulder cannon for Bruticus, and honestly, I think that's really cool. Like, it's meant to reference that one episode where, like, I guess Bruticus takes Shockwave hostage and forces him to be a gun for him. Obviously, it's out of scale because, you know, Shockwave's, like, tiny compared to Bruticus, but it's a fun reference. And plus, having Shockwave as a shoulder cannon for Bruticus that's awesome! So, yeah. But, obviously, if you want to, you can just hold this, how you have a... Like, it's a short, like, handles, but you can still hold it. Like a standard, gun. Like, hang on. So you can still hold it like a space laser rifle. Just obviously it's not meant to be held like this, but you can still do it. But of course, and it's not timing in. There we go. The intended vehicle mode is the I guess spaceship mode, and there we go. That wasn't flipping out there. Yeah, the intended vehicle mode is the spaceship mode. And of course, this is a carryover from Siege. But I do really like the, I guess, gun mode for Bruticus, although, honestly, I'm more likely to give Bruticus the core class Shockwave, because that'll be a better fit, size-wise, but anyway, speaking of accessories, so, well, this guy doesn't have all of the weird crap that Siege Shockwave has that forms a super spaceship, I guess. He just comes with a little baby Shockwave. Like, this is literally just a full-on tiny version of Shockwave's gun mode. Which means he comes with himself. Damn, I did not know that Shockwave was into self-cest, but okay. But this is actually meant to reference this scene, where Shockwave just has a gun based on his alternate mode for some reason. I mean, okay, that's like a Soundwave just carried a tape player based on his alt mode around. Like, okay, that's like if Megatron just had a gun based on his gun mode. Like, but anyway, the storage I can't even speak anymore. It's too damn hot. But there is a dedicated port here on the underside. So we just... Well, if you don't drop the fucking thing, you just plug that in there. And it blends in pretty well. And that actually is a new port. So I checked on the Siege version of the mold, and it's not there in the Siege one. So that's pretty cool. And speaking of, might as well do the comparison. Now, I don't really have the Siege one, but I do have the comic edition Shockwave. And that also doesn't have the bits to make it the super spaceship mode, but aside from that, it is the Siege version of the mold, so we can still compare. And yeah, the spaceship modes are pretty much the same, but tooling-wise, well, we can see that what's going to be the shoulders have been retooled. This has been retooled because you can see detailing here, which has been removed on the Studio Series 1. This whole bit, what's this called? The bridge. This has been retooled. Legs, the legs seem to be retooled. feet seem to be the same. And rather unfortunately, my Studio Series Shockwave seems to have a bit of a crappy molding job here. You can see these white bits here with I think this is what they came off the sprue, but yeah, a bit shitty, but oh well. So yeah, really the only differences are the molding. Like, this has some more detailing, but yeah. I guess because why not? I threw this in as a joke earlier. Here's Core Class Shockwave, which would be more on skill with your Age of the Prime's Bruticus. I mean, they're both spaceships, so... But yeah, that's pretty much all I've got to say about this guy. So, the transformation... Yeah, it's basically how Siege Shockwave transforms. So, yeah, the transformation is pretty much exactly the same as the Siege version. So what I'm going to do is faulten that little landing bit there. And now what we can do, just take the hose off there. It's attached onto here, so you're not going to lose it. Fold in the fins, untap the bridge section here. Then we can just fillet this open, untap the legs, extend them down, and then this is just gonna close the gap there. And then we can rotate the leg around. Do the same here. So just accordions out, closes up. Rotates around, and that's the legs done. Now, for the arms, well, first of all, we have to open up this section, which, on the Studio Series version, seems to be kind of harder to do. Like, it sounds like I'm breaking it, which I don't really like. But we just open this up. Now, one new thing, this isn't on the Siege version, I seem to have noticed. The forearms actually plug in to this bit here. So this long, it's like this long bit here, which this is attached onto. The forearms actually plug into it this time. So we just untab them. You can see they plug into here. We can move this down and out the way. Just close all this back up, and that's just going to form a neat backpack. The arms just move down like so. The hose will plug into this port here. And for the longest time on my comic edition Shockwave, I thought it plugged into the port on the side, but no, there's a dedicated port on the there's a dedicated port on the underside of the arm that's meant to plug into. So yeah. And we're nearly there. We just have to open up the chest, get the head out, close this back up. And here we have Shockwave in robot mode. And yeah, pretty standard transformation. It's probably because of the original version of the mold, this was meant to just be a standard base robot mode before you got to the super modes. But now that's been gutted, so this is the full thing. But still, I think it's a pretty nice transformation. And for the resulting robot mode, I mean, yeah, it's Shockwave. And I think it's a pretty good looking Shockwave. Like you can see, we do have the side detailing here. Unfortunately, they got rid of the ports here. Like, they got rid of the combat ports, which I wish they kept that. It seems that they're trying to, like, slowly get rid of the combat ports, which I am devastated with. I fucking love the Siege combat ports, where you can just plug in whatever accessory you want. I hope that they don't get rid of those. But anyway, he does have a backpack, but, I mean, hey, the Masterpiece one has that as well, so... And let's talk about the head sculpt, because, guys, check out that light piping. So you can see there's this little translucent bit here under the top of his head, and that lets his eye glow, because, of course, light piping. But, I mean, seriously, just look at this. Like, seriously. That is some of the best light piping I have ever seen. Like, seriously. Like, so you can either have it so he's basically dead with the eye not lighting up at all, or he's, like, seriously, that is some of the best light piping ever. Because either the light's fully shining and making him look fully alive, or if you cover that, well, it looks like he's dead. Like, that is just, seriously, definitely a contender for best light piping out of Transformers figure ever. So, yeah. Now, of course, we still have some remnants of the vehicle mode, like we still have the fins here, but that was the same with the Siege figure. And I guess if we want to, like, have him hold this, then we can do that. There we go. So it's just like that one scene. There you go. And unfortunately, we can't really have it plug into the back now because this is in the way, but I guess you could maybe really plug it into these ports here on the back. I don't know. But still. And well, unfortunately, yeah, there's no port here for blast effects. We do still have the gun arm. And, yeah, there we go. So, while that can't take blast effects, Shockwave himself can take blast effects. So, he can still shoot at people, which is pretty cool. Or you can plug them onto the feet if you want to. I mean, have him look like he's flying. Why not? So, yeah. Now, overall, I think he's a pretty good-looking figure. But keep in mind, he has been retooled to remove some of the siege greebling and all that. I don't know what you call it, like the weird technical detailing. So if we bring in comic Shockwave, and already you can see the difference in the eyes, because this one doesn't have the light piping. You can just see all the retooling, like, there's more, like, detailing on the shoulders, on the forearm, on the chest here, you can see that. On the head, on the fucking crotch, the legs. So, yeah. And plus, you can see they got rid of all the blast effect ports, where on the Siege version, you could just plug in blast effects wherever and make it look like Shockwave was getting, like, shot at from wherever, like on the shoulders, on the crotch, and the legs. Those aren't a thing here now, because, well, they phased out the blast effect bumps in, like, what, Kingdom? And I guess it does make sense. They do kind of look, they look like pimples, so. But I do wish that they kept, like, the other detailing here. Like, yeah. So, that is one gripe I have. So, yeah. Now, I would like to, like, show him with a fully armored Siege Shockwave, but I don't have that, like, version. It'd be cool to maybe have it one day, maybe, like, even the original potential reissue, or maybe that, like, Radio Shack Shockwave version, like, the Siege Selects version, but for now, it's just this guy. But I can still show Core Class Shockwave. So we got his son. That's pretty cute. So yeah. And finally, for the disguise articulation, well, head, of course, can move. Come on. So yeah, head can go both ways. This arm, of course, it can fully move, but you have to be wary of the hose, so I'd probably recommend actually detaching the hose first, then moving the arm to whatever pose you need, and then like reattaching it. But with the hose detached, this can go a full 360. Of course, this arm's not impeded whatsoever. You can T-pose. On this hinge, it can go a bit further up, just due to the transformation. Elbows, bicep rotation. On the forearm that has the hand, or wrist rotation. Although we do actually have, would you call this wrist rotation if it's just a gun? But we do have, like, I guess, gun rotation. Got waist rotation. Got that sticking out his ass, but okay. He can kick forward about that far, back about the same. He's got knees, which, yeah, that's a ratchet joint. So about 90 degrees there at the knee. Swivel there. He can do the splits. And a pivot about there, so not that much, but still. So, yeah. Overall, I quite like this Shockwave. I do have my gripes. Like, mainly the same as the, like, Siege Shockwave. Like, the same gripes that I had with this guy, same apply to this figure. But for a new gripe, obviously, I don't like how they started smoothing out the, like, detailing and just made it all flat looking. Yeah, it's just making more cartoon accurate, but I mean, honestly, they could have just redecoed it and it'll be fine. And honestly, I think I kind of prefer it with the detailing. Like, you see all of the weird, like, technical detailing here. I think they could have kept that and it would have been fine. But honestly, aside from that, I think this is a pretty cool figure. I mean, especially with that light piping. So, yeah. But, well, do I recommend him? Well, if you already have a Shockwave, for example, the Siege figure, honestly, I would say you're perfectly fine sticking to that Shockwave. But if you're willing to upgrade your Shockwave, or if you don't have one, then I would say this is a really good one to get. Like, for me, this one is fine, but I wasn't a fan of all of the weird, like, black lining that this guy had, so I was more than happy to get this guy. So, yeah. So, if you already have a Shockwave that you're happy with, like, if you already have Siege Shockwave, then I don't think you need to get this guy. But if you don't have a Shockwave, or if you want to get a Shockwave to replace your current one, like, for example, if you have Comic Shockwave, but you want to get a new one that's more, like, Shockwave looking, because, I don't know, like, this is your only Shockwave and you don't like how the black lining looks, for example, then yeah, go ahead and get this figure. Because now, this could be my main Shockwave, and, well, this can go in a comics figure shelf. So, yeah. So, yeah. This has been my review on Studio Series 86 Shockwave. And this is a Transformers fan, signing off.